Alright, on to the roost. Great detective work. Here we are, now to re-establish contact. Master, are you alright? You okay there? Master, thank goodness you're safe. I mean, I can tell you're okay because I was monitoring your status, but we haven't been able to contact you this whole time. Hey there, everyone in one piece? Wait, Sherlock Holmes? Ah! It really is you. Good to see you again, Miss Crylight. You too, Mr. Holmes. I'm glad you're in good... Wait, what are you doing there with Master? He rescued me. Is that so? How wonderful. You could have contacted us at any point up till now instead of having to show up unannounced. So, you were here with a suspicious man this whole time. I see. Allow me to introduce myself once again. My name is Sherlock Holmes. I'm technically a caster, but I'm afraid I can't be of much help in battle. Please do forgive me. So you're dead weight, huh? Whatever. Anyway, thanks for saving our dumbass master. Now, get lost. I'm afraid I can't do that. After all, Archer of Shinjuku, I think it's time you came out now. Hi there, Holmes. It's been a while, hasn't it, old boy? Wonderful to see you again. Well, bye then. What do you think you're doing? Well, when you were taken, I planned out what I thought would be the best course of action. But with the benefit of hindsight, I suppose it was really rather dangerous having me involved. I feel awful about it. You must have been really scared. I guess what I'm trying to say is, well, I'm sorry. Apologizing only goes so far. I suppose you're right. Very well then, seeing as we're in Japan, I suppose I must atone with seppuku. It is, I hear, quite excruciating. Ha ha ha, what a funny criminal gentleman you are. Not to worry, it seems Mr. Gabriel has already forgiven you. He has? Well, more or less. Oh, thank you. You are too kind. He's right, Master. You're being too kind. The more you let this evil bastard get away with, the further he'll try to take things. Heh, jealous? Green really isn't your color, you know. My, this little kitten certainly likes to mew, but she still needs to be housebroken. This kitty has claws, bitch, so watch out. Thanks for worrying about me, you two. I wasn't overly concerned. Huh? Worried? About what? At any rate, Archer of Shinjuku, it seems your memory remains incomplete. Nonetheless, you must have some idea of who you are and what you were by now. Well, yes. Considering all these hints that have been dropped, and given how wary I am towards you, there's only one person in the world I could be. You're wary of Mr. Holmes? You don't mean you're... Please refrain from saying anything further, Miss Crylight. Let's wait for him to say it of his own accord. Well, yes. As you have deduced, I do indeed know your true name, and have already told Mr. Gabriel as well. At this point, he is just waiting for you to come clean and tell him yourself. I see. So you really know who I am? I do. Very well then, Gabriel. I mean, Master. If you will forgive my transgressions, I shall entrust you with my true name. Of course, there may not be such point to that now as Holmes has told you what it is, but no matter. After all, I'm told this ritual is still quite necessary. Alright then. My name is James Moriarty. I materialized here as a phantom spirit composite fusion. I wish to form a contract with you, as your servant, that I may devote to you my full power. Anyway, that's me, Moriarty. A pleasure to be here. Just when I thought he couldn't get any more suspicious. Master, you should banish him for good. Yeah, he reminds me of one of those cunning foxes that showed up in Morality tales. If only, he is far worse than any fox. He never risks his own life, he only makes plans, leaving the dirty work to his subordinates. What an absolute despicable villain. That's right, even in Dr. Watson's notebooks, Moriarty was renowned for his villainy. And at the Reichenbach Falls, he and Mr. Holmes faced off against each other directly. which ended in both of them plunging down into the waterfall. Please be careful, Master. Are you sure there are no waterfalls nearby? Pretty sure. It pains me to see you so wary of me, Mash. That was just my impression of you from Dr. Watson's writings, so... I do think you're, not too bad, or at least I think I do. Pay him no heed, Miss Crylight. He's only pretending to cry. You cad! Have you no mercy? Ha ha ha! For you, Moriarty? I will never show any mercy when it comes to foiling your plans. Well, I can't blame you for that. Now then, I believe you have some information for us, Holmes. Ah yes, about destroying this planet. In brief, it is entirely possible. Wait, what? How can that actually be possible? Earth has had a number of safety provisions in place. He can't possibly circumvent all of them. Right you are. During the course of this planet's unbroken history, it has withstood numerous crises, barring the sudden appearance of alien visitors. It is extremely unlikely that those of us who were born here could manage to truly destroy it. Thus, in order to do so, one must completely overturn one's most basic preconceptions. In other words, what the Lion King attempted to do in the Holy City and what Edison attempted to accomplish using the Holy Grail's power. The Lion King and Edison? Ah, I see. So that's what the foolish nonsense I'm up to. That's just like me. I understand. I understand all too well what I'm thinking. Then how about letting the rest of us in on it? What did the Lion King and Edison person try to do? Well, the Lion King made his sacred lance into a tower and planned to use it to wipe out all of humanity, save a few. However, even if he had succeeded in wiping them out, the incineration of humanity was happening at the time, so he expected their salvation would soon be forthcoming. It was a shallow, ill-conceived plan, but it was also the result of much agonizing. What an idiot. In that case, he should have just let himself die along with everyone else. This is why I hate kings who charge in instead of trying to solve everything themselves. Of course, I hate kings who just roll out without putting him in a fight even more. As for Mr. Edison, he didn't actually end up doing anything, but he did come up with an idea. He said that once he won the Holy Grail, he planned to cut America out of history altogether. So we have the Lion King who was trying to save a handful of people, even if it meant the destruction of the outside world, and Edison who tried to cut his own country off from the outside world in order to preserve it forever. Hang on. That would mean... Ah, now I see. So that's his plan. Da Vinci? Figured it out already, eh? I see your reputation as a genius artist is well deserved. Hang on just a moment. I need to look something up. Quick, all staff, gather round. We need to begin an emergency investigation. So what is this plan already? It's not possible to destroy the world. Gaccia's objective may have been different, but his plan still took 3,000 years to come to fruition. However, it is possible to remove the world from history. In other words, if you remove the world, if the world's removed from history, then it can be destroyed? Well done! Yes, that's exactly it. This is terrible. The world is already devoid of meaning. What do you mean, Da Vinci? I mean that the world is already cut off from history. No matter what happens there in Shinjuku, it won't have any effect on humanity whatsoever. I mean, of course it can make things a bit unstable, but no more than the tiniest of tremors. No matter how unstable humanity gets at this level, there will never be any adverse side effects. In the worst case, Shinjuku could be destroyed without issue, and it wouldn't even affect Chaldea. But what about the servants? Naturally, if the world is destroyed, they'll disappear along with it. However, since the spirit origin information won't be lost, we'll still be able to resummon them. Wait, we're forgetting the most important thing. What will happen to Master? And that's the crux of it. Basically, everything else hangs on exactly how we bring Gabriel home. However, if that world's already cut off from history, we may be able to force a ray shift. If we can, then that will solve everything. Yes, that all sounds right, but... that is how it would play out, isn't it? Shinjuku would remain a hell pit and be destroyed alongside the planet by my other self. That's terrible! Now, hear me out. Yes, Shinjuku, the world, we servants, that would all be gone. But if you make it back to Chaldea, in effect, nothing will be lost. I mean, yes, we lose our lives, but in the end, Shinjuku would simply revert to oblivion. You're wrong! I knew you would say that, Mr. Gabriel. What do you think, Miss Crylight? As a servant, I would like to place the highest importance on my master's life. That said, this may just be rather impudent of me, but if Master were to return here to safety and abandon Shinjuku to its doom, well, it just wouldn't be like him. I knew you'd understand, Mash. Not at all. Please, just forget I said anything. I can't bear to have you in danger, so I'll look for a way to reshift you home. Jealous? No. Don't go kicking another beehive. Yes, good point. For a moment, I was deathly afraid for my life. Now then, as a representative of Chaldea, I can't just let Gabriel share Shinjuku's fate. He has fought alongside us for a full year now. We won't let him throw his life away. However, as a master, we also wish to respect his wish to save Shinjuku. So I'll ask you just one more time, Gabriel. There's no point in saving this Shinjuku. Doing so would help neither humanity nor the people here still worth protecting, if any even exist. It wouldn't even be a problem if the servants you have met here were to vanish. That may sound callous, but abandoning Shinjuku would not endanger the restoration of humanity in the slightest. The servants who are there with you now would never blame you for making such a choice. So, even taking all this into consideration, do you still believe that Shinjuku is worth saving? I do. I see. Well, it does indeed sound like you. Anyway, that's a relief. Even though you've saved the world or two, you're still just as caring, optimistic, and possessed of an indomitable fighting spirit as ever. Alright then, I guess that settles it. You'll have Chaldea's full support. Of course, that doesn't mean we won't also lay the groundwork for a forced race shift to bring you home. Alright then, now that you've made your decision, I suppose I'd better tell you something else. Does this new thing have you to tell us... Wait, does this new thing you have to tell us have anything to do with why you've been so nervous? Well, if Mr. Gabriel had decided to go home, there wouldn't have been any point in sharing this other truth. I shall now tell you the culprit, the evil Moriarty, how he plans to destroy the planet. It is true that the world is divided. Each Earth safeguards would fail to work. Nonetheless, destroying the entire planet should remain utterly unfathomable. No matter how great its control over Shinjuku may be, it is not enough to destroy the world. In which case, Moriarty, what do you think would you need to make such destruction possible? To destroy the planet, one would need enough energy to match that scale. The energy that gathers would need to be focused towards Earth's core, a central destruction point. Naturally, this is far easier said than done. The sheer amount of energy required for such a task is incomprehensibly massive. For example, a meteor. If a meteor falling to Earth would easily meet such requirements. But of course, there's no reliable way to predict such an occurrence. Such a thing may generate the requisite energy, but it would not be possible for it to hit the necessary target. In which case, the next thing would be a device designed to draw in a passing meteor and direct its impact to the desired coordinates. A gun barrel. So, you mean something that could load and fire a meteor like a bullet? Barrel. Indeed. Remember, Master, that mysterious tower that stands on Shinjuku's western edge. The one growing taller by the day, as if it were trying to pierce the heavens themselves. That is the device Moriarty needs to complete his plans. Wait! That building is actually a gun barrel? But it doesn't even move. How could something like that possibly load a meteor like a bullet? A phantom spirit. A phantom spirit? What does a spirit that failed to become a heroic spirit have to do with this? Indeed, I too was puzzled by why Moriarty was so focused on phantom spirits. But upon rereading the book, The Dynamics of an Asteroid, I finally understood. He plans to control the meteor by using his servant abilities. That is why he needs a phantom spirit's power, the power to hit a target no matter the circumstances. Thus, the phantom spirit he has summoned is none other than the Freischütz Max, the free shooter. A hunter who made a deal with the devil for 7 magic bullets. That is who Moriarty has absorbed. 6 of his 7 bullets will always hit their mark, regardless of the obstacles in their path. In other words, he has no control over the 7th and final bullet. And that's not all. This ability is more about hitting targets than actually hurting them. Thus, the Phantom Spirit is usually relegated to nothing more than a character in an opera. That is why Moriarty is taking advantage of. Now I see. That explains why I was summoned as an archer and not a caster, and why I'm able to fire bullets and missiles from a coffin I never used when I was alive. And you couldn't figure that out sooner? John Alter makes an excellent point. Haha, sorry about that. I imagine it must have been some of the knowledge I lost during the split. I remember the time limit. Remember the time limit I mentioned earlier, Mr. Gabriel? Once the tower is complete, it won't be long before a meteor comes our way. Once it does, it will jump into the barrel and be fired into the planet. Voila, a magic bullet. Which, of course, if Moriarty's theory is correct, will result in the murder of Earth itself. The most heinous crime committed throughout all of history. A massacre on an unprecedented scale. You flatter me. That wasn't a compliment. Idiot. At any rate, regardless of whether this plan is feasible, we are certain it is what the League of Phantom Fiends is working towards, correct? Indubitably. I know it's filthy rich coming from me, seeing as I tried to destroy France and all, but yikes! I mean, that'd kill all of them too. Indeed it would, though of course, thinking logically, a servant can never truly die. Nonetheless, they are still aiding in the world's destruction. They are likely doing so for pleasure, revenge, or some unknown purpose. Thus their role is to build an enormous wall, overrun Shinjuku, and guard the gun barrel. So, if we wish to save Shinjuku, our first step must be to neutralize the Assassin of Shinjuku. Indeed, that transformation ability is quite formidable. If left unchecked, I may well end up getting cutting down John Alter by mistake. Try it, Ice Bitch Queen, I dare you. But yeah, I agree, that guy pisses me off and we should kill him. Soon. So how do we do that? Now then, Moriarty? Yes, Holmes? What do you want from me, now that you have robbed me of my job of explaining things? That is what you're upset about? At any rate, I want you to come up with a plan. That is what you excel at, isn't it? Scheming. I may excel at foiling plans, but when it comes to crafting them, you're no doubt my better. So that's how it is. In that case, I'll need information. Give me everything you have on the enemy, including their dealings with external entities. Very well, here you are. Ah, interesting. Now I see. If we do this, followed by that, although... what we really need is sexiness. Did you just say sexiness? But of course, it is absolutely crucial. Are you certain about this? Moriarty's plans may appear nonsensical, but in hindsight they nearly always work out well. I understand your concerns, but I think it would be worth rolling the dice on. Alright then, everyone, we're off to the city to buy clothes. And by buy, I mean of course steal. What?! Are you sure this will work? Oh yes, without a doubt. As for you, Holmes, I shall let you land the final blow. Good grief. I know this is my idea, but this plan of yours is exceptionally reckless. Master, just make sure it's alright with you to proceed with my plan. What other choice do we have? Indubitably. I agree it's rather reckless, but it also makes full sense. It also makes sense to make full use of everything we bring to the table. I trust it will work out. Okay, let's get started. It's dress-up time. But first, go ahead and clear out those ruffians and brainwash coloratura. What's that? They refuse to leave? Makes sense. In that case, it's battle time. Take out these ruffians, and then I guess some coloratures are up ahead. Mr. Yakuza guy. You think your Sekai frightens me? So if Sherlock Holmes has made his appearance, does that mean that I'm actually going to play as him? And how is he copying Danchis' abilities? There we go. Right then, everyone. Let's say we get changed, go out there and raise some hell. Changed, eh? Changed, huh? I guess I will too. Ha ha ha. Master, not so fast. Your outfit is right here. Huh? Do I even want to know, Moriarty? Alright. The party hall. Elegant dance. Well, we'll have to find out what this surprise outfit Moriarty's got for me is next time, because we're all out of time for this episode. Well, thank you all so much for watching. This has been Blade Cross EXE, part of Flagship Blades Productions, and join us next time when we continue on with the Shinjuku chapter of Fate Grand Order. Alright, peace out.